Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, okay, so thank you everyone for tuning in, and today uh, we will try and discuss chapter 9 of the 8th canto, hmm, entitled The Lord Incarnates as Mohini Murti. Hmm. Um, so, um, so in the previous chapter, which is entitled The Churning of the Milk Ocean, so in chapter 7, the we discussed how alcohol, the poison, came out when they started churning, and all the demigods took help of Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva kindly drank that poison and kept it in his throat, and he did that job uh, for saving, for the well-being of people in general. When when he does that, Lord Hari will be pleased. So for the pleasure of Lord Hari, he had done this job of drinking poison. And in the previous chapter, chapter 8, um, uh, we saw how they continue to churn after the poison was drunk by Lord Shiva, and a number of beings, number of wonderful things came out of this churning of the milk ocean. Surabhi cow, which was taken by great sages. Then there came horse, Uchchaishrava. This was taken by Bali Maharaj. Airavata, so which was taken by Indra. Let me see if I can bring up some pictures. We discuss temple. Yeah. Then 8 male elephants and 8 female elephants came. They can go in any direction. They could go in any direction. So it and and after that, special jewels, Kaustuba and Padmaraga. So wonderful jewels. And Lord Vishnu possessed them. Then there is Parijata flower came, and Apsarasas, heavenly damsels, they moved to heavenly planets. And after that, Mother Lakshmi, goddess Rama, she appeared um, from the ocean. And then there was a special bathing ceremony of Mother Lakshmi had been arranged, and different personalities from the universe made their offerings to Mother Lakshmi, such as Indra offered her throne, personified rivers. They brought water, purified water. Earth offered herbs. Um, uh, Cows offered the panchagavya, milk, yogurt, ghee, etc. Uh, um, Gandharvas chanted auspicious prayers, personified clouds. Clouds personified played drums, conch shells, and etc. Um, Ocean gave her nice yellow silken garments. Varundev, the lord of the aquatics, he gave her a fresh garland made up of lotus. Um, Saraswati gave her necklace. Lord Brahma gave her lotus flower. The inhabitants of Nagaloka gave her the earrings. So, like these different personalities have made their offerings to Mother Lakshmi when she came out of the milk ocean. We discussed that she eternally stays on the chest of Lord Vishnu, but for the pastime sake, she appeared from the milk ocean. Um, and then she decided to choose a partner. And so when she was choosing a partner, she was finding some good quality in a personality, and then she's also find a fault. So although there were good qualities, many good qualities in these personalities, but there were also faults along with the good qualities. So she could not choose anyone. Then at the end, she decided to choose Lord Vishnu, who is the best of all. Hmm? So, and she chose rejecting everyone. She could not find any fault in Lord Vishnu, and and she offered the garland made up of lotuses to Lord Vishnu, and then Lord Vishnu offered her chest. Um, hmm, and there were celebrations. Uh, hmm, and so after this, then uh, there appeared a special personality, very, very special personality. So this is Mother Lakshmi um appearing from the milk ocean, and this is the gifts offered by various personalities to Mother Lakshmi, and she was seated on the throne, and the Abhishek was first performed, a bathing ceremony, and she chose her husband, Lord Vishnu, as her husband here, um, and at the end, so this strongly built personality came in with the Jagah, nectar, Amruta. Hmm? But when he came out, so the demons snatched the jug of nectar and started running. And then there was a quarrel among them who would drink first. So immediately What did the demigods do at that time? Anybody remembers?
Shelter Krishna or Vishnu?
Yes, wonderful, wonderful. Um, so you always see some people coming regularly. Interesting. Even on our morning sangha, we have around 12 people. They come on a regular basis. Every day morning 6 till 6:15 we chant, 6:15 till 6:40 we read books. So there are around 12 people they come on a regular basis. Here, in this Bhagavatam class also, we started this uh, a few years back, and I'm very much amazed to see some of you are coming on a very regular basis. You inspire me a lot. Actually, I was busy today, doing many different things, and then I was thinking of actually canceling the session, but then decided, some of you are very enthusiastic. Let me do the session for my purification. So I'm very grateful to all of you. Seriously, uh, doing something on a regular basis is not easy. Okay, it is an opulence. If you are able to do here Krishna Katha on a regular basis, means you are blessed by the Lord. This you should please note it down. If you are able to hear Krishna Katha on a regular basis for a long time, that is the mercy of the Lord. That is the mercy of the Lord. So I'm very pleased to see all of you here continue to attend these sessions. Um, okay, so yes, they took shelter. That's what the demigods do. Whenever they are in problem, they take shelter. Otherwise, also they are the devotees of the Supreme Lord. They took shelter of the Supreme Lord Vishnu. He was there because he took part in the churning, right? He was on the side of demigods, held the tail in the churning process. Uh, so Lord Vishnu told them, "Don't worry, I will create a quarrel among them, and I will distribute the nectar. I will assure that way. You assured the demigods." Uh, and then there arose a quarrel among the demons. So at that time, then uh, hmm, appearance of there appeared Mohini Murti, a beautiful woman had appeared, and her beauty was described. Uh, um, very attractive. Her features have been described very nicely, and so attracted by the aroma of her face and body, bumblebees hummed around her. The bumblebees hummed around her. Uh, the movements of her eyebrows, glances, and smile with shyness made the demons saturated with lusty desires. Everyone desired to possess her. Mm. So this is where we finished the previous chapter. And today's chapter is also very small. So we'll try and complete the chapter 9 today. Okay, so if you are in a position to read today, please raise your hand. Otherwise, I see what I can do. No problem. Okay, so no problem. I'll explain. Nisha Madaji. Okay. Right.
Screen share. Best.
Yeah. So please read the first 13 verses. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, Prabhuji, it's gonna come now. Okay, text 1. Sukadev Goswami said, thereafter the demons became inimical towards one another, throwing and snatching the container of nectar. They gave up their friendly relationship. Meanwhile, they saw a very beautiful young woman coming forward towards them. Upon seeing the beautiful woman, the demon said, alas, how wonderful is her beauty! How wonderful is the luster of her body! And how wonderful the beauty of her youthful age! Speaking in this way, they quickly approached her, full of lusty desire to enjoy her, and began to inquire from her in many ways. O wonderfully beautiful girl, you have such a nice eyes, resembling the petals of lotus flower. Who are you? Where do you come from? What is your purpose in coming here? And to whom you do belong? O you whose thighs are extraordinarily beautiful, our minds are becoming agitated simply because of seeing you. What to speak of human beings, even demigods, demons, siddhas, gandharvas, charanas, and the various directors of the universe, the Prajapatis, have never touched you before. It is not that we are unable to understand your identity. O beautiful girl with beautiful eyebrows, certainly Providence, by his causeless mercy, has sent you to please the senses and minds of all of us. Is that not true? We are now all engaged in enmity among ourselves because of this one subject matter, the container of nectar. Although we have been born in the same family, we are becoming increasingly inimical. O thin waisted woman, who are so beautiful in your prestigious position, we are therefore request you to favor us by settling our dispute. All of us, both demons and demigods, have been born of the same father, Kashyapa, and thus we are related as brothers. But now we are exhibiting our personal prose in dissension. Therefore, we request you to settle our dispute and divide the nectar equally among us. Having thus been requested by the demon, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who had assumed the form of a beautiful woman, began to smile. Looking at them with the attractive feminine gesture, she speak as follows. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, in the form of Mohini, told the demons, O son of Kashyapa Muni, I am the only prostitute. How is that you have so much faith in me? A learned person never puts a faith in a woman. O demons, as monkeys and jackals and dogs are unsteady in their sexual relationship and want newer and newer friends every day who live, sorry, independently seek new friends daily. Sorry, Prabhuji. Friendship such as woman is never permanent, and this is opinion of learned scholars. Sri Sukadev Goswami continued. After the demon heard the word of Mohini Murthy, who had spoken as it jokingly, they were all confident. They laughed with gravity, and ultimately they delivered the container of nectar into her hands. Thereafter, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, having taken possession of the container of nectar, smiled slightly and spoke in an attractive word. She said, my dear demons, if you accept whatever I may do, whether honest or dishonest, then I can take responsibility for dividing the nectar among you. The chiefs of the demons were not very experts in deciding things. Upon hearing the sweet words of Mohini Murthy, they immediately assented. Yes, they answered. What you have said is all right. Thus, the demons agreed to accept her decision.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
So, so they were quarreling, giving up their friendship um, to drink the nectar. And however, then they saw this beautiful Mohini Murti, and they were very much attracted to her. She was very, very pleasing to the mind and senses. Um, hmm? So their minds completely got agitated. Hmm? Um, so the demons unanimously requested her to distribute the nectar. Mm, mm. Uh, so please, they asked her to settle this quarrel. um, mm, um, so please favor us by settling this dispute and divide the nectar equally among us. And then mm, Mohini Murthy said, how is it that you are able to trust me? Huh? Um, and she indirectly disclosed her purpose of cheating demons. She was certainly speaking seriously, but the demons, being captivated by her bodily feature, took her words as a joke. Huh? And she said, you should not say anything. You have to. She then took a promise from them. If you accept whatever I do, uh, honest or dishonest, then I will take this responsibility. She said like that, and all the demons have agreed. Hmm? And then, so the demigods, demons, first they bathed, offered obeisances to fire, gave suitable charity, then dressed in a new garments and ornaments. They all sat in on kusha grass, seats facing east. Hmm? So they sat in a rows, nicely taking bath and decorating nicely. Then Mohinimurti entered the arena, wearing a beautiful sari, and what else she wore? Golden ankle bells and earrings. She walked very slowly with restless eyes, smiling face, carrying the pot of nectar in her hand with all her beautiful feminine attributes. She appeared like a mm, personal associate of Mother Lakshmi and enchanted everyone present there. Mm. Lord Narayana is the friend of Lakshmi, but now he became her female friend. Narayana is the most beautiful among mm, men, but Lakshmi should not become proud thinking that she is the most beautiful among men. So the Lord is also the most beautiful among men. Uh, uh, the Lord is also the most beautiful among men, surpassing even Lakshmi's beauty. So it is mentioned here in the purport by Prabhupada that the beauty of Mohini Murti surpassed the beauty of Mother Lakshmi. Mm. Um, so to prove this to Lakshmi, the Lord showed this form of Mohini challenging her. So sometimes acharyas give us a wonderful commentary. Mm. So Mohini did not give um, nectar to the demons because by nature they were all crooked like snakes. This is an interesting point. Mm. So you feed the milk to the poisonous snake, it will only increase its poison. Uh, so Lord doesn't want to give the nectar to demons who are envious, normally envious and dangerous. And if they live long, then there will be trouble. Mm. And this is the best justice. The demons had instructed Mohini Murti to divide the nectar justly. Not giving to them was the best justice. Prabhupada writes in the purport. So Mohini Murti arranged separate rows for the demigods and demons. So there were separate rows, one for demons, other for demigods. Uh, First, she went to the demons and cheated them by her sweet words. and bewildering gestures. Later, she administered nectar to the demigods to make them free from old age and death. So, Prabhupada writes in the purport, the demons thought that she would only give a little nectar to the demigods to satisfy them. So this was going on in their mind. Mm. So they thought, oh, okay, she was smiling at us. She was speaking very nicely. She's going to favor us. She is giving nectar to demigods, only little, but she will favor us. She's going to come back and give us more. So this is what they were thinking. Mm. They thought we are now drinking nectar with our ears and eyes. So they thought, looking at the Mohini Murti is like drinking nectar through the eyes. Hearing her sweet words is like drinking nectar through the ears. So we are already drinking nectar through the eyes and ears. Mm. And mind, because it's pleasing. She was very pleasing to the mind. So drinking the nectar through the mind also. And they thought, the nectar from the milk ocean cannot be more than this. They thought that this nectar is much, much better and greater than the nectar that was obtained by churning the milk ocean. What is the use of the nectar that was produced by the churning? Mm. So this is how they were thinking. The demons kept silent because they promised her that she can do the way she like. Mm. And they don't want to disturb their relationship with Mohini Murti. Uh, um, so the demons were so captivated by Mohini Murti, who said the demigod. They were thinking, demons were thinking, these demigods are miserly and excessively anxious to take the nectar first. So let them have it first. But since you are not like them, hmm, oh, sorry, Mohini Murti said this. hmm, uh, but since you are not like them, you can wait a little longer. You're all heroes. So Mohini Murti said, they are all miserly. Demigods are miserly and they're very anxious to drink the nectar. Whereas you are so patient, you are heroes, you can just wait for some more time. Hmm? Uh, so all the demons were bewildered by Mohini Murti, but one demon, Rahu, uh, understood her intentions. And this Rahu entered the assembly, of demigods, disguising himself to be demigods. And so Mohini Murti also offered the nectar to Rahu. But Sun and Moon, um, they immediately noticed that it was Rahu and informed the Mohini Murti. Uh, and so Lord Hari immediately cut the head of Rahu with discus. Hmm? Uh, Before the nectar touched the mouth and probably just the throat, but did not enter into the body. So the Lord has mm, chopped the head of this Rahu, mm, because Rahu said being touched by the nectar survived it, but the body didn't. uh, um, so because Rahu said that became immortal, by being touched by the nectar. Lord Brahma, he made it into a planet. So Lord Brahma accepted Rao said as one of the planets, and so this because sun and moon identified Rahu, so that's why he is very inimical, and Rahu attacks both sun and moon during the eclipse. So here it is mentioned, interesting point, the Supreme Lord apparently did not detect the Rahu. So you may ask, how come Supreme Lord did not detect the Rahu? And then he could not have offered. He could have detected and not offered the nectar. Lord knows everything. Huh? Um, Lord knows everything. Yes. Vedaham samatitani vartamanani charjuna bhavishyani cha bhutani mam tu vedana kashana. I know past, present, future. I know all living beings. Uh, he knows everything. But this is for the pastime's sake. And also here it is mentioned, he wanted to show the effects of drinking nectar. In the purport it is been mentioned, the Lord wanted to show the effects of nectar. That's been mentioned. But that's the pastime. That's ultimately, Rao said, be used as one of the planets. So Lord knows everything. Nobody can trick the Lord. Krishna says, Jutam chalayatam among cheaters, I am gambling. What does it mean? So, gambling, people get cheated. Everybody get cheated, even though um, they don't like, however clever one may be, one get cheated in gambling. That's why Krishna says, among cheaters I'm gambling. When they try to gamble, they think they're winning, they're going to win, but they'll lose. Mm. So then after chopping the head of Rahu, the Supreme Lord revealed his original form after all the demigods drank the nectar. And there are two beautiful verses at the end, uh, very, very beautiful. We will try and recite and read the purport. So the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the best friend and well-wisher of the three worlds. Thus, when the demigods had almost finished drinking the nectar, the Lord, in the presence of all the demons, disclosed his original form. And there comes the two beautiful verses. They are jewels. Very, very, very nice. Okay. So let me, and I humbly request everybody to learn these two verses. At least if you're not able to memorize it, learn the meaning. These are 28 and 29 from the 9th chapter. Evam sura suragana samadesha kala. Evam sura suragana samadesha kala. Etvartaka mamatayopi fale vikalpa. Tatramrutam suragana phalam anjasapur. Yat pada pankajarajaha shrayananna daityaha. So here this particular verse tells us why the demons were cheated and why the demigods were uh, blessed with the nectar. Hmm? So it is said the place. You may say that, oh, it's a different place. Why did the why did the why did they get the nectar? But they all started in the same place at the same time. Because sometimes say, oh, we start at a different time, muhurta, like that. Huh? And hmm, the cause, the time, the means, they used Mandara mountain, the purpose is same. They all wanted the uh, nectar, the activity. They were using, they were churning, and the ambitions were all the same for the demigods and the demons. So, what is the, that one factor that was different? That is the point. Everything was same. Effort, even demons put a little more effort, I guess, for holding the, front side of the snake, and that snake was emanating the poisons sometimes. So everything, effort, everything was same for the demigods and the demon. But this is the factor. But the demigods achieved one results and the demons achieved another. The factor it tells. Even though everything is same, demigods achieved one results and the demons were ditched of nectar. Reason, because the demigods are always under the shelter of the dust of the lotus feet of the Lord. They could very easily drink the nectar and get its results. The demons, however, not having sought shelter at the lotus feet of the Lord, were unable to achieve the result they desired. So, the one thing that distinguished between demons and the demigods were that demigods were always under the shelter of the lotus feet. Yet pada pankaja rajaha shrayanana daitya. They are under the shelter of the dust of the lotus feet of the Lord. Na daitya. The demons were not demons. They were not. Okay, so uh, anyone, it's a beautiful purport. Let Raise your hand if you would like to read the purport. Anyone would like to read the purport?
I will have a go for you, Prabhuji, but I'm not very good at the Sanskrit, so please forgive me.
No, don't worry. Just read the purport.
Hare Krishna.
And skip if you want the Sanskrit. Don't worry.
In Bhagavad Gita 4:11, it is said, Yayata mam prapadeyanti tams tateva bhajami aham. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is the supreme judge who rewards or punishes different persons according to their surrender unto his lotus feet. Therefore, it can actually be seen that although farmers and backers may work in the same place at the same time with the same energy and with the same ambition, they achieve different results. The karmas transmigrate through different bodies in the cycle of birth and death, sometimes going upwards and sometimes downwards, thus suffering the results of their actions in the karma chakra, the cycle of birth and death. The devotees, however, because of fully surrendering at the lotus feet of the Lord, are never baffled in their attempts. Although externally they work almost like karmis, the devotees go back home, back to Godhead, and achieve success in every effort. The demons or atheists have faith in their own endeavours, but although they work very hard day and night, they cannot get any more than their destiny. The devotees, however, can surpass the reactions of karma and achieve wonderful results, even without effort. It is also said, the Halena Parichijate Yate, one success or defeat in any activity is understood by its results. There are many karmas in the dress of devotees, but the Supreme Personality of Godhead can detect their purpose. The karmas want to use the property of the Lord for their selfish sense gratification, but a devotee endeavors to use the Lord's property for God's service. Therefore, a devotee is always distinct from the karmis, although the karmi may dress like devotees. As confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 3.9, Yanarta karmano nayatra loko yan karma bandhanaha. One who works for Lord Vishnu is free from this material world, and after giving up his body, he goes back home, back to Godhead. A karmi, however, although externally working like a devotee, is entangled in non-devotional activity, and thus he suffers the tribulations of material existence. Thus, from the results achieved by the karmis and the devotees, one can understand the presence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who acts differently for the karmas and jnanis than for the devotees. The author of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita therefore says, Krishna Bhakta Nishkama Teva Shanta Bhukti Mukti Siddhi Kame Shakalai Shanta. The karmas who desire sense gratification, the jnanis who aspire for liberation of merging into the existence of the Supreme, and the yogis who seek material success in mystic power are all restless, and ultimately they are baffled. But the devotee, who does not expect any personal benefit, and whose only ambition is to spread the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is blessed with all the auspicious results of Bhakti Yoga without hard labor. Hare Krishna, thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. So really appreciate for reading that beautiful purport. Yeah, so there are some wonderful points there. Prabhupada highlights that so in an office or in a factory, in the material world, devotees also work, but devotees working is different. And karmis work for their sense gratification, but devotees ultimately they've taken shelter of the Lord, and they use their their wealth and their possessions in the service of the Lord. That is a devotee. Devotee doesn't mean it's something different. Simply using our possessions in the service of the Lord. One may be a brahmachari, gruhastha, vanaprastha, sannyasi. It doesn't matter. Use our possessions in the service of the Lord. So, Prabhupada was writing that the devotees, although they were dressed like karmis and the materialistic persons sometimes when they are working outside, and they work like karmis only, but they achieved they achieved a different result. You see, the demigods and demons, they worked, but demigod achieved one result, the demons achieved the other. Similarly, karmis work, bhaktas work. The bhaktas will get, what do they get, bhaktas? They get bhakti, they get service. Whereas karmis, what do they get? Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani, jatare shenam. They fall into the cycle of birth and repeated birth and death. So, the devotees will be freed from the bondage of this karma. So, so Prabhupada was highlighting this factor. Externally, devotees also look like karmis, but they achieve a different result. So yeah, so we should have a regular program, some or other to hear and chant regularly. Our program, there should be a program every, even though we work like a materialistic person for our maintenance, but we should have a regular program of devotion, like this sanghas, morning sangha, some regular sangha, reading, hearing, discussion, sometimes inviting devotees, feeding them, sometimes going to devotees house, accepting the prasadam. Mm. Sometimes a devotee give gifts, we accept it, we give the written gift. Mm. uh, um, and like this, so we should have a regular program. Mm. So we will read the next verse. So not read before, but let me try this. Where did it go? Same Brahma Samvita tune. We have 9 more minutes. Yatyujyate suvasu karma mano vachobir de dehatmajadishu nrubis tadasat prutaktvat धैर्येव सद्भवति यत्क्रियते पृथक्त्वात् सर्वस्य तद्भवति मूल निषेचनं यत् सर्वस्य तद्भवति मूल निषेचनं यत्. In human society, there are various activities performed for the protection of one's wealth and life by one's words, one's mind, and one's actions. But they're all performed for one's personal or extended sense gratification with reference to the body. Everything is centered around the body, identifying the body and body related activities. All these activities are baffled because of being separate from devotional service. But when the same activities are performed for the satisfaction of the Lord, the beneficial results are distributed to everyone. Yasmin tushte jagat tushte. By satisfying the Lord, you satisfy everyone. Here it is mentioned. That's what Lord Shiva also said. But when the same activities are performed for the satisfaction of the Lord, the beneficial results are distributed to everyone, just as the water poured on the root of the tree is distributed throughout the entire tree. So, um, hmm, so the distinction between materialistic activities and devotional activities. This is the difference. Hmm? Uh, yeah. So I think that is pretty clear. Um, uh, so here this verse indicates, but the same activities we have to do for this pleasure of Lord Vishnu, that becomes devotion. And so it is also mentioned everybody has attachment, and if they transfer that attachment to the saintly people, then they will you know they will get liberation. But the same attachment they transfer it to the material things, they get bondage. Here it is said all these activities must be performed for the pleasure of the Supreme Lord. So this how the chapter 9 ends, and that's how it is concluded. So the summary of this chapter is very, very simple and beautiful at the same time. So the demons um, gave the nectar pot to Mohini Murti. So they were quarreling among themselves, but when they saw the beautiful form of Mohini Murti, um, then they all decided, you know, to they requested her to actually settle the dispute, hmm, by dividing the nectar. And Mohini Murthy said, how are you, able to trust me? If you want, if you want me to distribute, then you should not say, uh, eh, you should not object. However, the way that I do. Hmm? So that was her condition. Hmm? Hmm? So they had faith in her, and then the demigods and demons sat in rows, and Mohini Murti was distributing the nectar to the demigods. However, the demons thought, wow, they thought they were drinking the nectar through their ears and eyes and the mind, looking at the beautiful form of the Mohini Murti. Um, and she was giving the nectar, and that time this one demon Rahu entered, and nectar did not enter, although touched the tongue and the probably throat, but did not enter. He was detected by the sun and moon. Then the Lord cut off his head after distributing the nectar to the demigods. Lord had disclosed his form to the demons, and everyone present there, of course. So um, then at the end, Shukadeva Goswami says that, although the place, the time, the means, the work, and the ambitions were all the same for the demigods and demons. So demons achieved one results, and the demigods achieved the other. So because they've taken shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. And so in human society, people do many, many things, but all these things, they are doing their mm, um, personal reasons, selfish reasons. It's a kind of sense gratification. So, however, if they do these things for the pleasure of the Lord, then that becomes devotion. And mm, uh, when the Lord is pleased, everyone else is pleased. So, so this chapter tells us that. So even though the devotees sometimes work like karmis, uh, but they achieve a different result. They achieve bhakti. Um, so the karmis will suffer. They enter into the cycle of repeated birth and death. So the chapter highlights that we see so many people working very hard in this material world, uh, but if they are not going to become devotees of the Lord, it's only useless labor. Shrema eva hi kevalam. Shrema eva hi kevalam. Mm. And for us also, it tells that we should use our possessions in the service of the Lord and take shelter of the Lord. we don't take shelter of the Lord, then we will not we will not achieve the good results. Okay, so I'll stop there. So next week we have a very special guest. Is Grace Pranavananda Prabhu, very young brahmachari monk. So he's visiting Manchester. He's doing various programs. So he's going to stay at my place. So I've requested him to do a summary of the churning of the milk ocean. So highlighting basically lessons, lessons that we can learn from the churning of the milk ocean. So the entire pastime. So you'll be taking and you'll be highlighting some of the important lessons that we all can learn. So this will be a kind of summary session of this entire pastime. So please do attend. He's a very special personality, very wonderful speaker. So we arranged the Zoom program, but we are doing a program in a devotee's house. Some devotees will be attending in person as well. So please don't miss out next week. So thank you so much. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
Thank
Krishna,
you,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna. Thank you very much, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
We look forward to next week. Thank you for your time.
Hare Krishna.